Ta-da! Hello and welcome back to my channel. But if this is your very first video of me, welcome to this channel. My name is Naya. Good to have you here. I'm back to your screens again, and guess what? We are now over 50 subscribers on this channel. Thanks to everyone who has been very supportive of me. Click on that subscribe button below. Let's get right into the situationship gist for today. In recent years, one of the supposed mysteries that technological advancement has exposed, especially for us in Nigeria, is the long-lived issue of paternity fraud. Yes, you heard me right. Paternity fraud. I'm pretty sure that this existed from time immemorial and all around the world. I'm sure our fellow humans in more advanced nations have definitely been enjoying this technological advancement. But it's as if we in Nigeria, the door has suddenly just opened and we all want to delve into it. Traditions played a huge role in suppressing this kind of issues in times past. But the difference between then and now is that before, rather than the matter ending in a mere suspicion and, of course, an eventual acceptance of the child, because there's no way to prove otherwise. So you just accept it, you can't do nothing about it. But now you actually have a way to check and be very sure that the child that you call yours is indeed yours. And also, coupled with the fact that people no longer hold dear to traditions like they used to, more like they would say if a woman gives birth in marriage, whoever or wherever the child is gotten from, that child belongs to the father. Imagine now a man finds out that someone he had something to do with finally got pregnant and gave birth to his child in another man's house. He's going to fight that man. So long gone are those days of tradition where you would just say, the child was born in my house, so I would accept the child. You can even choose to accept the child, but the actual father of that child is not ready to give up that child. So because of that, these days, people have started to hold women, especially, accountable for their actions. So instead of it just ending in word of mouth, you said, I think, I don't think, we can actually check and find out for ourselves. So I'm glad about that. I like it. A very recent case is that of Mohbad, where some online activists are alleging that the late Mohbad's son doesn't actually belong to him because he looks like Sam Larry. So whether they're doing that for good or for bad reasons, that is left to them. But that has also been a very loud voice in the case surrounding his death and all. So people want to know, is that the actual child before they can go ahead to make some donations and charities in Mohbad's name for the son. There have also been a lot of circumstances where people are traveling abroad and then they take their children to have them tested, and some of them are denied visas because there is 0%
Jesus is Lord.
paternity possibility. I can imagine. Very heartbreaking. Well, before we go there, let's watch this video from Nedu Wazobia FM's ex-wife. I'm sure we know who Nedu Wazobia FM is. For some reasons, he was doubting the paternity of his last child and then went to have them checked, only for him to find out that it was even the first child that wasn't his. And of course, all hell broke loose. Let's watch this video.
You people don't understand. I know you guys are just hearing it, but it is not and has never been a secret. This is a document that almost everybody has because I constantly get them from strangers. I'll just stay and somebody just sends it to my WhatsApp. It's been going on for a while. This is something he knows about. We both know. So for every time I try to speak up or say something or do something, I get messages like from him. Oh, You that gave me another man's child. Now, I was seeing somebody before I met Nedu. I was in a relationship, and that relationship ended. But before that relationship ended, Nedu had already seen my picture somewhere on our mutual friends' WhatsApp or so, and then had been disturbing her to, I need to meet this girl and all. And shortly after that relationship ended, around that time I said, okay, you know what? My service here is coming to an end. Let me just go to Lagos and just come to Lagos. I have my half siblings in Lagos. So I came to Lagos and I met Nedu. Of course, I gave him headache. And he seemed like a very cool person. I was like, hey, why not? Well, he's totally different from some of the guys I've been with. I looked beyond the physical, we vibed. We had a great time. Like the first day we met, it was awesome. We had a great time. We clicked. And I was like, that guy's cool. I mean, we can give it a try. And then, as it was, I found I was pregnant. Trust me, I didn't even think the other way. So, if you've seen the DNA report, I'm sure you saw the dates, the year, so you can see when he conducted that. I'm hearing that on Twitter, they're saying he wanted to take them to Canada or something, and he decided to conduct the DNA. Let me tell you what happened. So, along the line, while we were still married, he became insecure, very insecure. And he was doubting the paternity of my last child, the second girl. He went about telling, his colleagues were calling me and I heard things like, Nedu said you guys only had sex once and you say you're pregnant. Please, how many times do you have to have sex to get pregnant? So he was doubting the paternity of that child and he went to find out. Unfortunately for him, it was the first.
Nedu and his wife, I think they were separated for a while, and the wife, according to her, said she needed to get the attention of the man for some child support and all that, and he wasn't responding to her texts or messages. So all she could do was to come out and call him out on social media. And his response was the release of the paternity test results of the child, which was not his. I can imagine how that feels. Well, it's a pity. Let's go ahead. There's also a popular Ghanaian footballer who experienced this. And in his own case, the 3 daughters who he thought were his were not. According to goal.com, the former soccer star is battling serious marriage problems after realizing all 3 kids he has fathered all his life are not his biological children. The 38-year-old, after sensing marriage infidelity on the part of his wife, decided to conduct a DNA test only to realize that the kids are not his biological children. The woman claims the former football star was the one who suggested an artificial insemination after realizing he was infertile. I'm sure that if this was agreed upon, there would have been some signed documents and consent forms and all given at the hospital. So how come they're not on the same page about that? Something is fishy. Someone is lying, but we don't know who. Now he is heading to court for a divorce after over 20 years of marriage. As at the time of this news, he was 38 years and has been married for over 20 years. Did he marry at 70? I got the results of the DNA test I ran on my son, and he is mine. I cried my eyes there, man. Thank you, Jesus. And even though his mom broke my heart, she gave me the best gift ever. While I was crying tears of joy, there was another man in the center crying tears of sorrow because the 4 kids he thought were his weren't. I'm not kidding. May God save us from wicked women. And then we have a beautiful Vivian who shared her thoughts on this and said, "Men, if DNA confirms the baby is not yours, it doesn't change the fact that you must take responsibility of the baby." Women go through a lot in marriages, and women deserve better. Amazing. And then someone else responded to her and said, men, if DNA confirms the baby is yours, it doesn't change the fact that your wife must take the responsibility of finding a good dad for the child. Men go through a lot in marriages, and it is not fair. Like, I'm even trying to understand what she's saying. So, if a man finds out the child is not his, what fact? It's his choice. So, what do you think about Vivian's stance on this? Are women just being wicked, or we're just paying men back in their own coin? I didn't say nothing. Leave your thoughts and experiences in the comment section. Click the subscribe button right below this video. Leave a like also on the video and turn on your post notification so that you are informed anytime I post a new video. And this will be where we'll stop for today. We still have a few more things to share concerning this topic, but in order not to make the video too long, we're going to catch the remaining information